Hey everybody, it's Tara here with Beyond This Reality. And today I wanted to talk about feeling like you are at the mercy of your life, feeling like you don't want to be a victim, but somehow you feel like you have no choice. I remember, gosh, it must be 12, no, probably 14 years ago now, writing a poem. It was I loosely say poem about feeling like I was trapped in an invisible box that I had created for myself. And I didn't understand because logically, if I were to explain to you, I had an amazing life. I had an amazing house. I had a great job. I was married and had a child on the way. And yet I didn't understand why I wasn't happy. And I really wasn't. Like, there was an internal emptiness that pervaded everything. And it didn't matter what choices I made, I still wasn't happy. What I came to find out was I really didn't know myself. I didn't know what I wanted. I was so damn good. I was freaking amazing at being a chameleon and pleasing others. And in pleasing others, I had momentary, kind of like saccharine-like happiness, like saccharine joy. It lasted, but only so far. It like touched here enough to like make me want more, but it didn't get inside and actually nurture me, right? And so I was unaware. I didn't even know how to ask the questions, what would truly light me up and make me happy. I did ask the questions, what I wanted. And I'm sure you guys know these answers. Like, I wanted more money. I wanted to go on vacations. I wanted that next outfit, whatever it was. But none of those actually created the feeling and the depth inside of me that made a difference. Now, fast forward 14 years, right? Or 13 years, however long it's been. I live a very different life. Do I want more? Without a doubt. Am I the captain of my ship? Yeah. Do I feel fulfilled on a daily basis no matter what is occurring? Yes. Do I want more fulfillment? Without a doubt. Do I know how to get there? Yes. Now, do I still help and serve people? Yes. Yes. Because I know how to create this. I know how to create this. And it's not just that I left my job, because if I went out and told everybody to leave their jobs, not everybody's ready to do that. Like, they don't have the internal knowing and belief and thought pattern that will resonate to create something different. And many of them don't actually know what kind of life they want to live and how they want to show up in the world in order to leave the job and create something new. And so many times they'll just create more of the same trauma, drama, and ickiness that they had before. So I am so blessed to be able to help people. And right now I'm working with somebody who's moving their business to being all about music, right? They're still doing their old business and cultivating that. And yet it's magically, I say magic because it magic to me shows up as though it's not without, as though it's without effort, and it has that like sizzle or sparkle to it. And yet there are things that we do that allow something in that resonates with us. Our body resonates with a frequency that starts to invite things in. And if we are the resonance of, I need to do it right, live the life that it should, and the life that is above judgment, it eliminates so many of the things that would actually bring us joy. And yet when we start to resonate from this space that says, with curiosity, like, ooh, what else is possible that actually could be from the wellspring of who I am, it's interesting how the very things that we feared would show up don't show up. There might be judgment, but it may not, like, it may just like go, oh, it's okay. Like, you can totally judge, because I was judging before. So anyway, I digress. So that is happening. people's money flows are opening up so much more. And not only are their money flows opening up, but the clients that they are working with are more ideal clients and people who actually reflect the morals or the kindness or the energy and expansive and affirmation that the person is themselves. So their world starts to open up. They don't just get new clients, because honestly, there's clients out there for all of us that won't actually expand your world and will make you feel like you just brought in poison. There is that. So what if you could have a practice filled with people who are uplifting and kind and really value who you are? That piece. But not only that, but when people start to realize what your essential self is, you start to realize that you have choice in all situations. That is not exclusive other people's choice, but it actually is for the good of all concerned. Not only does your business change, but how you are in your family changes, and who is attracted to you and becomes new friends and new opportunities. And the part of yourself that you hid away for so many years starts to come out and starts to create more in your life, that creates more fulfillment, whether it happens in your business or in your social life or your private life. I don't know. But there's one thing that I know that all of us are looking for. One thing, it's multiple things. One thing is, we would like to know that we actually have choice. Because how much pain is created because you feel like you don't have the clarity of what choices are truly available that will fulfill you. I think we all want to know that we have choice that isn't going to eliminate everyone around us, because that is definitely put out there in the world, that if you start choosing for you, you're going to lose everybody, and you may lose some. But this is what I have found in my own life. The more that I ask that my choice becomes for the good of all concerned, that I may walk forward and people stay where they're at for a little while. But as I walk forward in a way that is expansive, unapologetic, most come back in. Most rise up in themselves and start to live that space, and then they come back in. It totally happened in my own life, and I have an amazing relationship with my ex-husband, amazing relationship with him and his wife, and the trauma and drama that we required, and this is what I want to say, that we required in order for our marriage to end. I could sit righteously and say, I don't ever want to talk to him. I will co-parent in the most firm way possible. But that didn't work for either one of us. And we actually honored each other in such a way that we rose up into a different place and asked for something different for both of us, as well as for our children. It wasn't just for our children. And I want to take a step back for a moment. Going back to that person 14 years ago who was unhappy, who didn't know how to ask the questions to get to a deeper place. My life had to absolutely implode, explode, and ooze shit. And I mean shit everywhere for me to get clarity on what my own voice was. And not only my life, because it wasn't just me, but my ex-husband, because we were both committed to showing up for each other, that we lost who we were. We lost our direction, and choices were made that weren't kind, and yet we both chose to create kindness through it. You get me on this, right? And so I really want to ask all of you, no matter where you're at in this, ask for the kindness, for the expansion, for the truth of you to come through it, for your life to be the gift that comes out of trauma, okay? And I've said it to many people. My ex-husband had an affair. I think he needed to have an affair. I think he needed to know himself in a different way and be with somebody who was really more expansive for him. And you know, even though we were amazing friends, somehow we weren't the right match or whatever. I don't even know. All I can say is I was an emptiness of myself. I don't know where he was at the time. Maybe he was an emptiness of himself, and he found a way to express and be his own voice with this new person. But I must have required an absolute fracturing of my external life in order for me to go internal and to find myself. And so I'm thankful. I truly am thankful that he made those choices, that he made the choices. Well, we both made the choice to, like, after a lot of hard work, to leave the marriage and to go our own ways. And then we made more choices in order to honor each other beyond the righteousness, right? Because I'm sure he had a lot of things that he was extremely upset with me about too. Like, I remember him saying at one point, he felt like he didn't matter to me. And yet, like, everything I had done, I felt like was for him. But I get it. I was so empty of myself that anything that I was doing to show up was empty, and it didn't feel fulfilling. It felt like I was showing up empty. I want you guys to get this. When we are empty of ourselves, our giving is never going to be enough for somebody else, because how we're showing up feels lacking. It feels flat. And really, the greatest thing that anybody in this world wants, more than anything, and they don't know how to ask it, but if we be it, it changes everything, is they're asking for us to be the fullness of us. Have you ever been around somebody, not somebody who's full of themselves because they're actually empty, but somebody who's really the fullness of themselves? These are usually the leaders that everybody loves. Like somebody like Oprah, you know, somebody like Kyle Cease, somebody like, I don't know who else, right? Somebody who you have close to you, who is just the embodiment of openness, authenticity, and clarity. They may not always be kind. They're clear. Okay? Being that space is not always like being the doormat. It is knowing yourself in such a way that you are willing to support your desires and make it clear. We all have the ability to grow in this. The more that I am myself, the more I can grow into myself and be more of that, right? And so, are you ready to be your greatest contribution to yourself, to have the life that you truly desire? Because right now, no matter how many times you ask it, if you are not the resonance of it, and if you don't know how to get to be the resonance of it, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Like, the life that you want will not resonate with you. You will not be able to receive it because it will just go over you. You won't even see it, feel it, hear it arrive. And so please don't require your life to have such trauma and drama and fracturing to invite you to the essence of who you are that I did. If you have any feelings right now that you don't know how to matter, you don't know how to have a fulfilling life, you don't know how, like, you've tried and you've tried and you tried it, you've tried to have the body you want, the relationship you want, the business that you want, and yet, damn it, if it's not happening, no matter how much effort you put in. The effort without your soul essence will always come up flat. It will always come up flat. So if you want to know a way forward that is tried and true, you can trust it, because it is not my way, but it is truly based and adapted to who you are. Please reach out, because every single person I work with goes in a slightly different direction with the tools that I give to know their own essence and create a life that is freaking amazing. I am in awe of my clients. I am in awe because their life is miraculous. And yet they have the tools to continue the miracles to keep happening. They don't feel it a victim that like, oh, that was a miracle, it happened, and it's not going to happen again. They know how to keep creating them over and over and over again, and bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you're ready to sign up for that, if you need help with one of your kids that's really struggling in school because what they're creating is a lot of trauma and drama and pain, there's a lot of mean people out there. And so if they're resonating at that level that they're creating, and that doesn't mean that they're mean and so they're creating mean, it means that they have a victim energy that attracts aggressors. And what usually happens is if you have a victim energy and you attract aggressors, you're either going to become like the aggressor so that you stop, and then you're going to be bully energy, or you actually do something totally different that changes everything. And that's what I love, is that energy. The energy where you become everything that you are, and it changes all kinds of stuff around you and invites other people to the space of being all that they are too. If you want to reach out, my phone number is 224-489-8272. Leave me a message, text me. Text is so much better because who checks voicemail these days? I do on occasion. But please text me just in case I'm in with a client or something else, and we can set up a free 15 to 20 minute consultation when a time is good for you and me. All right. Thanks so much. Bye.